Hi, I'm Dr. Lindsay Trottier of Level Acupuncture. I'm a doctor of acupuncture and Chinese medicine practicing in San Diego, California. I am a certified premier balanced method acupuncturist, and I have been in practice since 2012. Today, this video is for my patients that are struggling to preserve their energy. And this is a meditation or Qigong technique that I have been practicing in my own career and in my personal life that really helps me to conserve my energy, but also to show up for the people around me. So, what you need to understand is a little bit about meridians. Meridians flow through the entire body. They take qi in and out. And there are places in our body that we have like a storage system for qi. So in our lower belly, about here, we have what's called our dantian. And our dantian is where we preserve a lot of our qi. I like to talk about this kind of qi as our retirement system. We want to have a little bit of qi and essence banked there so that as we age, we have some resources when it's a little bit more challenging for us to bring qi in through our food, breathing. It just gets a little bit harder as we grow older. So when we're younger, we can get a lot of qi in. And we have a very big retirement account. So people can expend their energy without a lot of repercussions when they're younger. They can stay up late, they can have a little bit of fun partying and wake up the next morning and bounce back pretty quickly because they're dipping into their retirement. And when they age, as they get to their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and beyond, they find that it's not as easy to recover. And that's for two reasons. One, they never developed good, healthy habits to take in energy through their food, through their lifestyle, through their breathing. And two, they might have been dipping into their retirement account and don't have as much qi or energy to access from there. So you can get qi through the food you eat. You can get qi through breathing. And you can get qi through herbs, medicine. But another way that you can access qi is through your external environment. There is a point on the top of your head. Some acupuncturists will call it Du 20, or it's called Bai Hui, which means 100 meeting points. And it's thought that all of the qi in the body, all the meridians, meet at this point. Well, it being on the top of your head, it's also an opening that can access qi from outside of ourselves, okay? So the Du channel, or the governing meridian, meets with the Ren channel, or the conception meridian, and there are two meridians that go through the front of the body, all the way down, and then all the way back up. So it's going like this, and through around the whole body. These are the two first meridians that are formed in utero from conception. So now that you understand this, how do we access? Well, the dantian, the qi of the Du and the Ren, they also pass through the dantian. So when I first started my medical career as a massage therapist, I would touch a lot of people. And when we are around people, whether through touch, whether through talking, in any kind of capacity, there is a qi or energy exchange. You can understand this by maybe you're around someone and they have a certain emotion and you find yourself feeling that emotion while you are around them. That's a qi, that's energy exchange, okay? But maybe they have a certain emotion that you don't really want to feel or you don't really identify with. So what do? So there are some techniques that you might have, some, psychological boundaries you'll put up that you don't feel what they're feeling, right? Or maybe you just avoid them altogether. Okay, but let's say that you want to be around people and they have a certain energy that you don't want to feel, but you want to help them. Maybe it's a loved one and they're really sad and you want to support them, but you don't necessarily want to take on any of their sadness. As a massage therapist, I would touch a lot of people who had a lot of pain, and I would notice by the end of the day, I would feel kind of achy, right? As an acupuncturist, I see a lot of people and I listen to, the first thing we ask as medical professionals, what's your chief complaint? So listening to a lot of things that are going on in their lives that aren't necessarily always great, because this is a place where they can come and get help with those problems, help get solutions. But instead of me taking on those problems and holding them and putting up walls and barriers so I don't get touched by that, I will use this technique to become a vessel so that I can use energy to help them. They have a place where energy can be let off, but I don't hold on to it. I also don't give my own energy, whether it's good or bad. I'm not going to give them my energy. So how do I do that? Is I do this little meditation. It was taught to me by one of my teachers. His name is Robert Lee. He is a Qigong practitioner, and he was a holistic health practitioner, massage therapist. I'm not sure if he's still in practice, but I learned this from him, well over 10 years ago. So he taught this in a massage class I did, but I find it really helpful for bringing it into my acupuncture practice, but bringing it into my life, okay? So what I will do is there are some points on the hand, here, here, and here. I'll massage these points, okay? My focus here on the hand was because I was touching people, but because I'm so used to practicing in this way, it's just a nice way to center myself. So I'll open up these points in the hand, both of them. And I will think to myself, I am going to give energy. I'm going to receive energy, but I am just a vessel. I'm not going to hold it. I'm going to preserve the qi in my dantian, and I'm going to allow the qi of the universe or whoever to come through me, through my hands, through my heart, through my mouth, to whoever I am working with. Then, whatever comes toward me, I am going to probably take it in through my hands, through my heart, my mouth, ears, and I'm going to let it out, okay? So once I've activated these points, I'm gonna bring them together. I usually bring them together just in front of me. I close my eyes, and I really put a lot of awareness on that point on the top of my head. And for me, I imagine that there is a bright white light coming through the top of my head. And I'll do a few breaths, and I will see that white light coming through the top of my head and going through to my heart, my hands, my mouth, even going through my dantian and all my meridians. And I will envision whoever I'm about to interact with, whoever I'm about to work with, that whatever qi that may come from them toward me will also go through this same network, but I will also release it through that point on the top of my head. So again, things are coming in that I can use, and things are coming out so I don't hold on to them. And that is how I preserve my own energy, my own qi, so that I can work with a lot of people day in and day out. I don't take on their problems and keep them for myself. I don't give them whatever I'm dealing with. And there's just a nice exchange, and everyone stays happy and healthy. So I hope this resonates. I hope this is helpful. I teach this to my patients, especially if their family's coming in and somebody's struggling. I do have husbands, wives, mothers, sons, people come in, and I hear from both sides of the story what's going on in their relationship, interaction dynamic. Maybe a daughter is struggling with something and the mom really wants to help, but she doesn't know how, right? And she finds herself getting exhausted trying to help her daughter, who also isn't feeling well and doesn't have enough energy to successfully deal with whatever problem is going on by herself. This is a tool that mom can use to be present, but not feel exhausted through trying to give so much of herself to help. Same with husbands and wives. The list goes on. I teach this to a lot of medical professionals who are facing burnout. Doctors, people who work in mental health. I teach this to them and say, try this and see how it helps. Especially new practitioners who are facing burnout. They're very excited to be helping, but they don't have the right tools to protect themselves so that they can work with people for a long time. So I hope you find this helpful. I'm by no means a Qigong master, but this is one technique that I have found very useful. I've taught to quite a few patients. And so try it for yourself, see how you feel, and get back to me. If you like this video and you'd like to see more, you can subscribe to my channel here on YouTube or go to my website. It is www.level-acupuncture.com. Learn more about my practice and contact me if you'd like to work with me. Thanks so much.